Okay, so this is going to be my official prediction for Teofimo Lopez versus Jamaine Ortiz. I think this is an excellent fight, man. Once again, the Bob father, Bob Arum, is putting on good fights on free television, like some of these other guys I can mention should be doing. Anyways, right off the bat, right off front of the year, he's got Tacoma Inoue fighting Yerwin Ancajas. He's got Viterbia fighting Callum Smith, Teofimo fighting Jamaine Ortiz. So Bob Arum's making boxing great again as usual, and Top Rank. Anyhow, this is an interesting fight, man. Ortiz versus Teofimo. They both stand at 5'8". They both have a 69-inch reach. Teofimo's 26 years old. Jamaine Ortiz is 27, so they're both right in their prime. Teofimo's record is 19 wins, 1 loss, and 13 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he's also a two-weight lineal champion. Jamaine Ortiz is 17-1-1, with his only loss being to a close competitive loss to Vasil Lomachenko. He did beat Herring prime. Obviously, Teofimo has far more accolades and praise, and he's been in there with better competition than Jamaine Ortiz has. But Jamaine Ortiz is a very good boxer. He's a strong kid. He's not the biggest puncher in the world, though. And part of me thinks that shouldn't really matter. But given the fact that Sandor Martin dropped Teofimo twice and he hits like a feather, I definitely wouldn't rule it out. I've always said this, bro. Teofimo, I like him, but he is a little chinny. He's a little chinny. I'm not saying he's soft or a coward, but he's a little bit chinny. A little bit. Loma had him rocked to his boots towards the end of their fight. Kambosos dropped him. Sandro Martin dropped him twice. And Kambosos and Sandro Martin aren't big punchers. So, for as great as Teofimo Lopez is, he can be a little bit chinny at times. So, I want people to recognize that fact going into this Jamaine Ortiz fight. Okay? Even though Jamaine Ortiz only has 8 wins by knockout, he's... like I say, it doesn't take him a lot to put Teofimo down, is all I'm saying. Not saying he isn't tough. I'm not saying he isn't durable, but he's shown to be a little chinny at times. Now, Jamaine Ortiz has fast hands. He's good at putting his punches together. He's a crafty young kid. And like I say, he's been in there with some good names of his own. He gave Loma a good fight. He beat Jamel Herring. He fought Joseph Adorno, who's a good fighter. So Jamaine Ortiz has been in with some people, like I say, but then you got Teofimo. He's, beat Josh Taylor and beat Loma. He was and another thing to Teofimo's credit, he was the one dude that actually legitimately beat Lomachenko, unlike Orlando Salido and Devin Haney, which we both know those fights were fucking bullshit. So, but the thing about Teofimo is he's got that one great win over Lomachenko, and he's got one great win over Josh Taylor. In my eyes, he took both of their O's. Okay? But outside of those 2 massive wins, and they were big wins, don't get it mistaken, it won him 2 lineal titles, beating Loma and beating Josh Taylor. There's not really much there aside of those 2 guys. Yeah, he beat Richard Comey for his first world title. That's a good win. Richard Comey's always been a solid B-level, lower end of the top 10 contender that got a hold of a title for a time. And, but outside of those 2 big wins, there's really not a whole lot there for Teofimo Lopez, right? He got a questionable decision over Sandor Martin. Kambosos beat him, so, in my personal opinion, this is an excellent fight, man, and I think this one's going to go under the radar. Is it some big super mega fight like Teofimo versus Loma was, or Teofimo versus Haney would be? No, but it's a very, very good fight between 2 guys that are Same size, same reach, right in their prime. You know, so I like this fight. I like this fight for both of them, man. And I'm a fan of both of them. I have no dog in the race here. Jamaine seems like a good kid. I got love for Teofimo, man, and his dad. So I think this is an excellent fight, bro. I really do. Teofimo does have the power edge on Jamaine Ortiz. They both have very good hand speed. I think there's going to be some really, really, really good exchanges in this fight. Both guys got good footwork. They both got great combination punching, good upper body movement, man. And like I say, they're both about the same size. They're both right in their prime. So I actually think this is an excellent fight, guys. I am gonna pick Teofimo to win this fight, but I think Jamaine Ortiz is gonna give Teofimo some issues. I really do. He's a crafty kid, fast hands, like I say, not the biggest puncher, and he's got some good experience under his belt in his own right. Right? Fast hands, good combination puncher, right in his prime, same size as Teo, and he's fought a couple of people in his own right. Not as many as Teo, but he's still fought a few people, right? With that said, I'm still gonna have to stick with my guns and go with Teofimo Lopez in this fight. But I'm gonna have to stick with my guns and go with Teofimo Lopez in this fight. But I think it's going to be a very, very back and forth kind of fight. I think it's going to be very competitive. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of knockdowns in this fight, man. But I think Jamaine Ortiz is good enough and crafty enough to hang in there with Teofimo Lopez. So for my official prediction, I'm actually going to take Teofimo Lopez to win this fight on points in a very, very, very competitive fight that is closer and is more fan-friendly than people are expecting. But I'm actually really looking forward to this one, guys. I hope this fight doesn't fly under the radar for a lot of you, because it really is a very good fight, and it should be acknowledged as that. You know what I'm saying? So, but for my official prediction, I'm going to roll with Teofimo Lopez winning this fight on a decision in a very, very back-and-forth competitive fight. And Teofimo nicks it out 7-5, 8-4, and wins on the scorecards. But I want to say one thing. Teofimo is powerful, but we haven't really seen that power show up. We haven't really seen that power show up since he's moved to 140 pounds. I'm not saying it still isn't there. It definitely is. But it's not as frequent as it was at 135 pounds. And for that reason, I think that kind of plays a role in this fight going the distance. So, but yeah, man, looking forward to this one. Underrated fight, underappreciated fight. I got Teofimo Lopez edging out a close decision in a very competitive fight between two guys that are right in the middle of their prime, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So, anyways, Teofimo Lopez on points in a competitive decision. Anyways, guys, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. God bless you all. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're all having a pleasant day. God bless, guys. Take care.